AP US History Eras Tour, we've reached 1989, which in this timeline is the Civil War and Reconstruction, and we're gonna make it work. So this era starts in 1848, really. It kind of starts with the end of the Mexican-American War, and the important thing is to remember with the Mexican-American War that James K. Polk, the president, was looking over at that part of Mexico that was kind of blocking our manifest destiny all the way to the Pacific Ocean and going, I got a blank space, baby. I'll write your name. The problem, of course, is that with those millions of square miles of newly acquired territory, the slavery debate is going to rear its head again, and throughout the 1850s, maybe we got bad blood. Remember that Lincoln was not the great emancipator when the war started. Remember that the South seceded just because Lincoln was the first presidential candidate to argue for free soil, to just say, I don't think slavery should extend to new territories. And he really wanted the South to not go. He's like, all you had to do was stay, right? I wasn't going to take away your enslaved people. And even after they secede for like the first year or 2 years, he's like, I wish you would come back. It's not till 1863, this turning point year of the Civil War, that abolitionists' wildest dreams come true and the Emancipation Proclamation is issued, and all of a sudden the war transforms to being about more than just bringing the Union back together. It's to like create something newer and better. This is Taylor in her 1989 era. She's going to New York. She can like be her true pop girly self. Of course, the war ends, and tragically, Lincoln is assassinated within a week of Lee surrendering. And this is really bad for the Reconstruction era because we've lost our unifying force. Meanwhile, John Wilkes Booth, the assassin, is like, I know places we can hide. I don't know. I just had to throw that one in there. Sorry. After a brief stint led by Andrew Johnson, boo, the Reconstruction era gets taken over by radical Republicans, and they do their best to truly transform the South. They pass the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendments, these Reconstruction Amendments, and in theory, at least on paper, our nation is sort of clean, right, of this original sin of slavery. But like, is it really? Because Reconstruction actually only lasts about 10 years. By the presidential election of 1876, most white people are like, is it over now? Can we just move on? Why are we still spending all this money and sending federal troops down to the South to militarily enforce Reconstruction? That was so long ago. Let's just move on. And so unfortunately, a lot of the gains made during the Reconstruction period are not going to last. You might say that even though it would appear on the surface that like the Civil War and the Reconstruction era sort of like ended a lot of the tension of the first half of American history, what we really know is coming is a very dark era of the rise of Jim Crow and the Gilded Age and all these other things. What I'm trying to say is reputation is coming.